of course, is kamunda.com. And Tobias is joining us now to talk about automating any process anywhere, all about reinventing process automation for financial institutions. Tobias.
Yeah, hello, and welcome everybody from my side. And I'm happy to speak to you here today. And thanks for your introduction, Richard. Just getting a note here that my bandwidth is low. Let's just see.
Holding out okay so far.
Okay, so all right. As Richard said, I'm Tobias. I'm a consultant with Kamunda, and today I want to talk to you about our company claim, so to say, our vision, which is automate any process anywhere. And in the following minutes, I'd like to tell you how we are trying to achieve just that, and what exactly we refer to when we use such terms, any process, anywhere, and reinvention of process automation. So yeah, stay tuned if you want to know more. And before we dive in deeper into our solutions, maybe just a few words about Kamunda. Let's have a quick look at Kamunda and its history. We are a software company founded and grown out of Berlin. Greetings from Berlin at this point. Nowadays we have offices all over the place, I would say. And you see it up here, we strive for delivering developer-friendly approach to process automation. And our goal is to build products based on well-known standards and best practices in the industry. So we strongly believe in open standards like BPMN, business process model annotation for modeling business processes, or namely DMN, which stands for decision model annotation. And both of these standards are from the object management group, in which Kamunda is also a part of. And we are actively contributing to the further development of these standards. Moreover, we strongly believe in the power of collaboration. So in the collaboration of business and IT, and with our products, we strive for a high degree of business IT alignment experience. So down here, you already get a hint when you read the word community here that our product is an open source project. You can directly download it, the Kamunda platform yourself today, and start using it, playing around with it, even use it commercially from the start if you like. Or you could become an enterprise customer, like lots of other companies. And then as an enterprise customer, you benefit from additional things like support and features and training and so on. Speaking here of enterprise customers, here are some of them listed to give you a glimpse. I would say we basically have customers in every industry out there. I guess that's because business processes are everywhere, independent from any industry, I guess. But you could be assured that we have especially a lot of customers here in the financial institutions field. I would even go that far to say that the majority of the Kamunda customers is coming from these two industries here. And before I talk about the concrete approach and our solutions, maybe let's set the stage here and have a look at some key findings we were able to gather just recently. The background here, you see it, is that Kamunda ran a survey, and we surveyed 400 IT decision makers across the US and across Europe, and we did that to uncover trends and find challenges and also opportunities for improvement of our products in the context here of end-to-end process automation. You can also get a copy of that report on the website here. But what are the interesting things though? So almost every one of these 400 people across industries said that the process automation is key to digital transformation. And also looking at the results of the survey, one can tell that in every automated process, there is an average and also growing number of endpoints involved. Or in other words, there is an average of 5 technologies involved that have to be integrated at some point. And here on the right, with all the cloud initiatives still ongoing in companies, one does not wonder that there is no, I would say, one definite typical deployment option companies are going for. You rather have a very or completely fragmented setup out there with mixtures right now as the transformation is going on of public and private and on-premise scenarios. And yeah, talking here of that, just of that fragmented setups, if you are not lucky and you are not a company or you are not a startup that has the luxury to start from zero with no legacy systems and no technical debts, you most likely find yourself in a situation where you have to deal with some legacy on different levels, on a technological, infrastructural, or organizational level. And this is, I guess, what we see as the main challenge, or the real process automation challenge, to achieve end-to-end process automation, because you have to bring together here diverse technology stacks, maybe from different departments, or even in different teams in different departments. And for example, if you think about trends, or let's say paradigms like microservices, where you can have diverse teams that use different technology stacks. Let's say beginning from different programming languages here to different database technologies to persist data, and so on and so on. And down here you see the challenges that you have lots of endpoints you want to integrate. If it is APIs, you want to call REST APIs, SOAP APIs. If you have human end users in your process, or you want to have RPA robots that you want to leverage. We are speaking of RPA today, or AI, artificial intelligence components. The list is endless here, you name it. And then, as just heard on the slide before, you maybe run like traditional technology stacks on premise, or you already run stuff in the cloud with modern technologies like Docker and Kubernetes and so on. And our idea here, or our approach, is to use BPMN for the win here, and rely on that open standard to basically draw and execute any process you like. Even if it is like your most individual, I would say, value-adding process, a process that maybe distinguishes you the most from your competitors. And then you connect down here the endpoints you need to it. And as we talk about RPA today, as this webinar is specifically about RPA and also artificial intelligence, I brought a slide here where I want to emphasize the RPA integration, because that's what we see in a lot of customer projects right now. That of course you have the endpoints I just named. You have this endless list of components in your end-to-end situation, but then you maybe also have an RPA robot or several RPA robots of different technologies, maybe UiPath here, or Automation Anywhere, or Blue Prism, and you want to integrate in your end-to-end process. That is maybe running with Kamunda, and that is already possible. And it, to show you that we try to innovate in that field here, we introduced lately a product called Kamunda RPA Bridge, and we want to make it very easy for users to achieve that integration. So this bridge is literally bridging the gap between a running workflow down here in Kamunda and a robot that is maybe running in UiPath, for one example, and is serving you with automating user interfaces on maybe a legacy system that has no APIs to directly call from down here, but it maybe has a nice user interface that that robot can work on. And the cool thing is, the only thing a user down here that creates a workflow has to know is the name of the UiPath robot that the user wants to call. So that's one field where we try to innovate. And in the beginning on my slide, I said we are trying to reinvent process automation. What do we actually mean with that? Here you see what we mean with that. You maybe have heard of or you have used yourself BPM products in the last 10 maybe to 20 years. They are around for a long time, and there were a lot of downsides, or there are a lot of downsides with legacy BPM tools. For example, traditional automation solutions often tackle specific parts of a process. We try to, here on the right side, we try to aim for the overall picture, having the overall end-to-end orchestration in mind. And as I said, we are not a proprietary solution. We leverage open standards in the complete Kamunda platform. So we really rely on these, I would say, battle-proven standards like BPMN for business processes and DMN for decision modeling. And our goal here is, that's a very important point, to make it easy for developers to include Kamunda as a really lightweight workflow engine in their toolbox. We are not a heavy black box like monolithic solution that you place somewhere in your landscape and then everybody has to get used to it. And if you talk to our sales department here, I would say our license model is very fair because it's based on usage with low entry fees, and the idea is that you only pay what you really execute in production in the end. And here, all these points I just mentioned here on the left, you can translate these points into real business values in the end on the right side here to achieve better business performance in a lot of dimensions. For example, here if you take the point higher business agility, we think that the Kamunda platform improves the business IT alignment I mentioned, and it gives the business the power here to bring their needs to production, I would say, much quicker by using BPMN as a means of communication. Everybody is really talking about the same picture, and this really fosters things. To give you an idea what companies do with Kamunda, because there are several use cases, let me show you here some high-level use case scenarios. No real process examples yet. So for example, we have, or we see companies, and also we have companies building centralized process automation platforms. For example, in the finance industry, Goldman Sachs is using Kamunda, and last year they built a huge process automation platform, which is used by, if I remember right, by over 40,000 employees worldwide, and they are running over 1,000, I guess, over 1,000 unique workflows on that platform. And then we see other companies replacing their legacy systems or their homegrown solutions because of the reason I just mentioned a few moments ago. Or microservice orchestration is another, I would say, very interesting, very upcoming challenge right now with the distributed landscape of microservices and the technological fragmentization. And yeah, as just seen, RPA robots are used, or still human workflow management, of course, is timeless, and we need to bring in the users to control the flows and make decisions and inputs. And yeah, besides digitizing core processes where you really have your value and diverse or distinguish yourself from other companies, we see companies using it for driving business transformation initiatives, or using it for delivering great experiences to their customers. And speaking of concrete examples, if it is claims processing, it's not on here, but KYC, know your customer processing, bank account opening, credit card processing, it's all possible with BPMN. I'm having the time a bit in mind here. I would say that, just to make it short here, that our products are created with having this typical life cycle of BPM projects in mind. So there are, in the beginning, tools that let you easily model diagrams and business rules, even collaboratively in real time together. And then there are tools that lets you enrich these models technically and deploy it to a running Kamunda engine. So the Kamunda engine is basically the heart of the platform that is executing the process models. And then once in production, there are tools like the Kamunda cockpit that let you see how much processes are running, or how much processes are doing well, or if there are problems, namely incidents. There are incident mechanisms in it where you can resolve on a large scale in runtime problems. And in the end of this life cycle here, there are cool graphical tools that also leverage the BPMN model and leverage the historical data of processes. We just heard about the importance of data out there and from Stegemann before. And you can use that data here to build reports and to get some insights on your business here. Because of the time, I will do that slide here quickly. I will not go through all the modules here. It's basically what I just said here on a high level before. You see it here, namely, you see the tools. You can basically distinguish between the design tools, automation tools, and improving tools according to that life cycle here. Check out the slides here afterwards, or go to our website to learn more, or feel free to get in contact. Would be happy to. Maybe we can schedule a demo if you like to have a look that what I just say is not only here on the slides but also working in real life. And one last slide here, just to emphasize that we strongly believe in BPMN. We also, in the end, when we monitor processes, we use the BPMN diagram for process owners, for process managers, and then they take the same diagram that is coming from business, going through IT, through production, and then they place their numbers on it and use heat maps to see what are the typical passes, where do we have bottlenecks, or where do we take the most time. So this tool is called Kamunda Optimize, and it helps you to get insights and bring them again into your models. All right, thanks at this point for listening. Turning the camera on here again. So.
There you are. Thanks, Tobias. There time to just try and get a couple of questions in here. I'm going to put this question to you that's come in, just about Kamunda providing RPA functionality. This person hasn't put their name, but they said you talked about the fact that UiPath is integration is possible. Is that part still needed if you're providing RPA functionality?
You still need the RPA tooling. So you still need any RPA technology. I'm not sure if I got the question right, but if if it is meant, if we maybe offer RPA functionality, or if Kamunda offers RPA functionality, that's not the case. We offer like the end-to-end orchestration and the control of the workflow and the handling of the state and persisting it. But then Kamunda is delegating the work to any RPA technology. And concretely, you would need UiPath, and you would need to license it, but then you can bring the two worlds together.
Okay. Yeah, I think that it's just about the necessity of the two running alongside. And this other question from Marco, who's one of our panelists later, just about how you manage changes in the processes after they've been automated. Is that an in-house process, or is that consulting?
So we believe in enabling the companies that use our product. So speaking of Kamunda, we don't offer like long time placement of consultants or consultancy. We have a lot of partners out there that support, but we also see that once people learn BPMN and have gained a higher maturity, that they are really able to do that on their own, and then that they work with versioning. There are also versioning features on the platform, and can run several versions in parallel and migrate and bring the insights from Optimize and the historical data back to the start, and then rearrange their processes and maybe get rid of stuff or add it, or see, okay, we need more people in that path here because that's obviously our bottleneck. And so.
Obviously quite fluid depending on who it is. We get it. Thank you. And Tobias, thanks for joining us, and thanks to Kamunda for their support for this afternoon. Really appreciate it. Thank you.